tremendously due to the fact that I just kind of ignored it. And I got worse and worse and worse because, I have no idea. I just kind of assumed that if I were to share my weaknesses with my family, that they wouldn't be reliant on me anymore. And as men, we basically have to have that ability to take care of everybody, and regardless of what's going on with us. So the bottom line is that we have to kind of hide our feelings, which then really, I think, begins that journey of how much our mental health is in jeopardy. So the thing about that whole thing is I didn't really realize that it was actually happening, but it's affected me quite a bit. It's affected my relationships, it's affected my job, it's affected my advocacy, it's affected everything. Very, very much was disappointed in my expectations of others. Just because I can do it, which is support my son, doesn't mean that you can do it. Doesn't mean that anyone else can do it. But I just assumed that these people that said they loved me, and they do, would show up and help me. And I'm not talking about, here, watch my kid for a couple of nights while I go have sex or go out with my friends or babysit. And it wasn't like that. It was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I need some company, and I just don't want to be alone anymore. Because in rare disease, and if you're a parent, or if you have a sibling, it's just like people do not want to be around you. It's uncomfortable. They don't understand, and when you try to help them understand, they're even more put off because they just can't do it. The divorce happened as a direct result. Well, I would have to say I needed support in the very beginning. Like I said, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I mean, who knows? Who knows how to be a parent, let alone be a parent to a rare disease kid? There's no written playbook. There's no book of what to expect when expecting. Maybe there should be. I don't know. It was awful. I realized it right away that I needed help, and I didn't get what I wanted, so I got angry. I was just, like I said, it was a self-will run riot, disappointment. So it was hard. It was hard until I kind of, found a way to deal with, all that anger and depression. Well, meeting David, of course, that was just by chance. We're so heavily into the advocacy space for Sebastian, the rare disease. People knew of me and talked about me, and I knew of others, and I've talked about others, and we connected through the rare disease platform, and it was great. And David understood for the first time, I think, outside of a doctor's office or a family member phoning it in, as they would say. I think somebody who was actually suffering from his own rare disease kind of understood my fears and my thoughts and my actions. It was nice. It was nice to have someone say, I understand, and actually mean it, actually have that experience. And that support through David's mental health groups have really helped me. I look forward to them. I don't get to enough of them. I need more. But when you have those support systems in place where people understand you because they're in it, then everybody can kind of like throw up on each other, and everyone doesn't get upset. People don't get pissed off. People aren't pushed away. It's just you're accepted, which is nice. You know what they say, you can bring the camel to a lake to drink, but we can't force the camel to drink the water. Mental illness and mental health with men, you just don't hear about it too much because men are supposed to be strong. It's embarrassing. People judge us. So how do you do that? How do you get more men? I mean, you do a simple nudge. Like, hopefully somebody watches my video and understands, hey, I understand Chris Valona because I went through some of those things. Where is he at? Oh, he's on this channel. Let's go see. Let's go find out, what support group he's in. Let's go talk to him. And then that person tells that person, and that person tells that person, and then you're in this room, and it's almost like a safe space, as they would say. I hate saying that, but it's true. I hate that term, safe space. Again, I'm a guy, so it's like, I still believe in throwing dirt on it and, walking with your broken leg, and don't tell anybody you're in pain because people will judge. But in this realm, if we don't ask for help, it's going to destroy us. Really, depression, mental illness, and then it's suicide. So, yeah, the little nudge, planting the seeds, one guy talking to another guy, talking to another guy. That's how I think it would get the support. I would hope that there are practitioners out there, doctors, that would recognize that there are different types of testing for your mental health versus your physical health. The body will tell us in a physical appearance what's wrong through pain or swelling or bruising or bleeding. But here's the thing with that, the mental health practitioners. How do you get it to be treated? Hopefully you find someone that is not trying to prey on you to sell you a prescription, that wants to get to a situation to where you can actually feel, where you can talk about this. I don't know, that's, where are the mental health practitioners? Where are those doctors? They're called therapists, but is it the same? Possibly. I would have to say that's a good start. Yeah, I have a lot of people tell me, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you live this life with taking care of your son, And I always say, how would you do it? Oh, I don't think I can do it. I'm not capable of doing it. And I think that's a wrong answer. I think we're all capable of showing up and doing more. I really do. I think that, if you have a message, it would be pause, reassess, breathe, and think about what you want to accomplish. How are you going to be any different? What are you going to do differently? These things they would basically improve everything. The messaging would be more simpler. I think we have to get rid of that men are tough all the time. We are. And we're stronger than women. We're all these things more than women. But there's a lot of things we could learn from women. Empathy, initiating contact with yourself, self-discoveries, and compassion. Men are incapable of change, they say. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can change. I've changed by listening and understanding and learning and saying it's okay to have these feelings. It's okay to say these things in these spaces without being judged. So there has to be those barriers to take down. We can create these new definitions and these new terms to help other men in the future. We're not all sick, and we're not all monsters. We're not all preying on others. We're really just trying to figure out a way how to coexist. And we fight a lot of the demons inside of us, our heads, and that's a struggle. So yeah, mental health is huge. Once you scratch the surface, you realize that it's really all around us. Judgment, damned or be damned, do, don't do, help, don't help. If you ever watch Bug's Life, you get a lot of great life lessons, But if you don't understand the terminology and how you can actually change, that's the whole component. You need to wave the white flag and become coachable, teachable, trainable at any age. You could teach an old dog new tricks. Shit, I'm 55 and I'm learning. And the way that I'm changing is making me feel better. That's right. Having a better time, feeling different. Understanding that I don't have to conquer everything. I don't have to do everything. I can get help. I can ask for help. I can extend my arms and say, I need a hug, without feeling, ooh, you're like a little wussy wuss. You're supposed to be strong. there's times and places for us men to exert our strength, but in mental health, I think it's a huge challenge. Maybe we could, drop this connotation of like, this is the definition, and be more willing to approach mental health as you waving the white flag as a signal of strength to fight on, to save your strength, to fight on for another day.